Hey guys, so where have I been? School, work, taking care of my kids. So since the last video, I had joined NASM to get my certified nutritional coach in. I have got my little psychology certification from Yale. I've got like 2 or 3 different little certificates from Stanford University from studying with them, the food and nutrition courses that they offer. Because originally I had planned on going and getting my registered dietitian, and I still can do that. But I spoke to a registered dietitian, and she was like, honestly, if you're not going to work in a hospital, a government setting, or somewhere like that that's going to require clearance and stuff, she said, honestly, you're wasting your money, you're going to throw it away. She said, you can make the same amount of money I do. She was like, the only thing you have to refer out to me is like eating disorders and stuff like that. She was like, you can tell everybody basically, the same, roundabout the same thing I do. You just can't call yourself a registered dietitian. And after studying at NASM, that's kind of the wrong advice, because a registered dietitian can prescribe different things, plus their nutrition. They can prescribe supplements and everything like that. And we can tell you, as a coach, a nutrition coach, we can tell you roundabout what to take or what the government recommends on my plate and stuff like that, but we can't prescribe an eating plan or supplements or protein and none of that stuff. You would have to do that on your own. We can tell you, like, yeah, I've read this is what it says, but I can't say, all right, I'll take me for example. I'm 36-year-old female, 5'3", and I weigh 133 to 135 pounds. I bounce now. So I take 2 scoops of protein a day, which comes out to about 60 grams. So that's okay for me. My body tolerates it. But I couldn't tell you to go out and do the same thing. And I can tell you, okay, well, this worked for me or this worked for me, because that's just incidental information. It's not going to actually cover what you need. That's just, okay, well, it worked for me, so go and do this plan. That's just like the Beachbody junk that they sell and all that other kind of Herbalife and Thrive and all that other kind of diets that are coming out. Number one, it won't work for everybody, not even if it is made by a cardiologist. Number two, different people have different needs, so you can't generalize their health and nutrition needs. Number one, they need to be under a doctor's order. Number two, if they got an eating disorder such as bulimia, anorexia or something like that underlying, they need to go to an actual doctor or registered dietitian for that. They don't need to be coming to you, because in my state, and I think it's just about the same in all other states, because my state is one of the strictest ones, there's an umbrella term, nutritionist, for everybody. So Joe Blow that's homeless off the street can call himself a nutritionist and not know crap, except for where he's going to get his net from. But he can call himself a nutritionist. You just can't call yourself a dietitian without actually graduating that program. And that's okay, if you're willing to follow the rules. And I don't agree with the government on a lot of things. And I take my nutrition as a more holistic approach to things. And that's like people saying, oh, you gotta drink lots of water. Okay, water causes dehydration in the body. A certain amount is good for you, but you need living water. There's a reason why God gave us fruits and stuff, and I'm going off on a TED Talk, so just bear with me. Watermelon, okay? Blend it up, drink a glass, you're good to go. Fruit water, all kinds of fruit water, that's living water that will cause hydration. You can have water intoxication from plain water. Now, I'm not saying don't drink plain water. Drink it by all means. Watch your intake of it. Now, sleep is very important too, and I don't see nobody pushing that. They're all pushing that go pace. Now, let's get off my TED Talk and get back on it. I have been doing a lot of nutrition studies, and I really want to make a difference in people's lives, because I think people don't take nutrition serious enough. They eat, but they don't feel full. They eat, but they don't feel energized and well and healthy and how they're supposed to feel. You know, you can eat without getting full. You can eat without feeling truly satisfied. Like, for instance, go to a Chinese buffet. You engulf yourself in everything they get. You overindulge in everything. 2 hours later, you're hungry again, because it wasn't the proper kind of food, the right nutrition, and you basically just did yourself a carb overload, MSG overload, and all kinds of unhealthy junk chemicals that they put in that body, preservatives and stuff, and obscene amounts of salt and sugar and everything. And now in the general populace, and everything's got an obscene, disgusting amount of sugar and salt and literally everything. Your Brussels sprouts and everything ain't got to be salty. That's why God gave us spices. Y'all need to learn from the black people. Season your food, people. There's a reason why their food is so good. Season it. You got your little chicken or your meat. If it ain't changing colors, it ain't changing taste either. Season your meats. You'll notice a difference. And you'll feel better eating real food. Like, marinate your foods and everything. Let them sit in a little bit of vinegar, or, you know, brine your chicken and other kinds of meats. That way they will have flavor, and you won't need to add all the butter and the pastas and carbs and all that other kind of junk to it. You won't need obscene amounts of cheese and tomato and ketchup and mayonnaise, and I love my dukes, but you don't need a lot of it. There's a obscene amount of calories in there, trans fats, and you just don't need it. And I know it's hard to break that sugar habit with sodas and stuff, but, you know, flavor your water. Living water. Living, not just plain water. Living water. Fruits. You know, vegetables. Spice things up a bit. Take a tip from the Mexicans. Make, you know, agua frescas. You know, little bit of cucumber, lime, throw some mint in there, blend it up really good, strain it into that pot, even tie it up with a little cheesecloth and let it sit there and marinate a little while, and then pull it out. It's really good. And it's good for you. You're not sitting there loading up on sugar and juices, because even the juices in the United States nowadays it's a sugar overload. You're overdosing on sugar. It's just like your crack addicts was with sugar, to be honest. And your crack addicts with salt, to be honest, because the over salt in everything. But anyway, okay, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I have been studying in school. I have been doing all kinds of stuff like that. You know, figuring out how proteins break down in the body. You know, why we metabolize the way we do. Our blood types. I've been studying all that kind of stuff deep within, and I could go off for hours just trying to help y'all, but that's not my job. I don't have that certificate yet, so if I can't be backed up, I can't be speaking. So yeah, I can tell you, like I just did, the certificates from Stanford that I've already got and what happened there. But I won't go no further with that, because that's not fair to y'all. I don't truly have everything I need to be speaking, you know? So we're going to get that squared away, and then we're going to be speaking. And my kids, let me say about my kids. Y'all see my daughter all the time, because she's like my little shadow. She's not here with me today because I'm actually going to go to work once I get done here. And I had to check up on my apartment, clean it, get everything squared away here, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm a germaphobe. I love everything clean. Now, I understand that there's over cleanliness and all that kind of good junk, but, you know, that's not what I do. I just make sure, because I know if you don't clean your toilet every once in a while, it gets that little ring around it. And with us not being here, that's in the back of my mind, like, hey, you're not here. Scrub, 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 flush, flush. So we had to come and square all that away, freshen up the toilet paper, because I don't know about y'all, but I like to just, after dust and stuff is settled on that top layer of toilet paper, after you're not there, you have to like take it off and throw it away. Yeah, I'm weird. That's me. And my kids. So Christopher and Giselle have now made it into 6th grade. Danny is now in the 11th grade. So with him, it was funny because the woman at my homeschool association, she was like, well, his history and everything came through, but let's tell him that his history didn't make it, because he's in AP history. She was like, let's tell him it didn't make it, and let's see what you can do in the next 2 to 3 weeks before you end your official homeschool and everything. So we did that. And he passed history again twice. So little snot's got it in him. He just don't want to show it. That's what it is. So he is now officially 11th grader, and he is done he'll have to take math again this year. He has to do one more science. He's done with history. He has to take lit, but he's got so many things that he's already, electives that he's already done that I have to comply with. And it's wild, y'all, watching your kid grow, because, he's 16, almost 17, and I'm 36. So before I know it, this kid's going to be on his own. He can always live with me. I'm cool with that. But, once you get to a certain age, get your own money, you want your own place and all that kind of stuff. But he'll be on his own. My baby, my firstborn, is not a baby no more. He's like a full-blown adult. And that's terrifying, because stuff I could protect him with when he was smaller, I can't do that no more. Because he's not a baby. I can't pop his hand and tell him no more, not to touch that. So he's going to be able to go on his own and get his own job and all that kind of stuff. And it's wild, guys. It's really wild. And watching him grow up has been such a privilege. He's such an amazing young man. He's dope to be around. He doesn't like to be on camera much, but if I could ever get him on camera, man, y'all would fall in love with him. He's such a cool dude. He's really, really sweet. Now, he is sarcastic. He gets that from me, honestly. But he's an amazing young guy. He's really dope. And my middle son, he's totally cool. He's in the skippity toilet right now. And he shows us, hey, this episode come out. Look, mama. Yeah, cameramen are winning. Go TV man. Boo, toilet. And if y'all watch Skibbity Toilet, you get it. And then my daughter, y'all see her all the time, Jess. She loves Bluey and Bingo. And we got her these Bluey toys. And then we got Daniel, Doctor Who watch, little flip watch, old timey thing. We got him a replica of that. And then the little gears that are in that little blue box time machine thingy. I don't watch it, guys. I don't watch TV. I don't care. And then we got a cameraman for my middle son, because I just told y'all, he likes Skippity Toilet. And when she opened the Bluey packages, you should have seen her face light up. She was like, oh my God. Because it was Bluey and Bingo. She was like, oh my God. And then my middle son, he loved his little cameraman when he opened it. And then my son was like, oh my God, Doctor Who did this, that, or the other with this. And it just, you do this and it does that. And it's because I don't watch it, I don't know. But just the fact that they're happy makes me happy. It makes it all worth it. And I think being a parent, you have to learn how to be selfless. And it's awesome. Because it's your heart's literally walking around outside of your body. And you're responsible for teaching that little heart, to love the Lord, to, respect your country, to do what's right. And you know what? Just be a good person. Be a good human. And that's what we're really lacking nowadays, guys. That's what we're really lacking. And so pray for your kids, mamas, daddies, aunts, uncles, whoever, grandmas, grandpas. Pray for your kids, because God's still working. God's still with us. He ain't left us yet. And I don't think that he ever, not even, in the book of Revelation, I heard that, the rapture going to happen or whatever. But once you really read the book of Revelation, it says that the church didn't mention again. But doesn't chapter 13 and 14 happen at the same time, where he's protecting his remnant while all the junk's going on? Because, you know, in the Bible, I don't have the exact version, my thing's downstairs. But it basically says, you know, summing it up, not trying to add or take away from the Bible, but it basically says, like, he got you. You know, your name is written in the book of life, in the book of lambs. And so everybody's name who's found there will not be cast in the fire and won't give themselves over to Satan. So live your life for God. Pray for your kids. Make sure they're covered. Just because you're covered don't mean they are. So pray for your kids. Just keep praying. So thank you for listening to me. A new video coming up soon. Bye.